Let's turn our attentions to Chelsea, because we do expect them to be one of the busiest, surely, in this last 28 hours or so. You've been furiously writing and typing, and the Red Books
shopping
ads,
list,
I
my
just want to
shopping
say...
list. I need to go to the supermarket.
You can put a few carrots down there as well. Look, this is obviously almost like the deadline day itself, isn't it, for Victor Osimhen? Because this needs to be sewn up, this deal, one way or the other. What's going on?
It does. You've got to remember that the Saudi Pro League transfer window shuts on Monday, so there's a little bit of leeway there. But of course, this deadline for the European football is tomorrow night, and things are coming to a head at the minute. Where we stand with this at the moment is our understanding that the Saudi Pro League side, Al Ahly, believe that they have increased, I wouldn't say confidence, but a little bit more hope that maybe they can convince Victor Osimhen to join them. They have a bid worth 70 million euros on the table, which is likely to be accepted by Napoli, but they don't have an agreement with the player. And what they're trying to do now is trying to convince Victor Osimhen to come to the Saudi Pro League. Now, at the moment, there are officials from Al Ahly in Italy talking with Victor Osimhen's representatives about the potential deal and the proposal that they would be willing to offer. So aside of that transfer fee, according to Sky in Italy, the proposal to Osimhen would be a 4-year contract worth 30 million euros a year. 30 million euros a year.
You said it twice.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
It is.
And what in exchange as well the Victor Osimhen's camp would want would be an achievable exit clause within that 4 years, because his agent has been quite vocal on social media earlier on this week. He said there needs to be a bit of respect, there needs to be a bit of balance when it comes to Victor Osimhen. Everyone is talking about, oh, let's just ship him off to Saudi Arabia. He's a fantastic player. He came 8th in the Ballon d'Or. He's still got many things to prove and to do in European football and in European football's top 5 leagues. Unfortunately, the European clubs are finding it very, very difficult to come to a resolution with Napoli and with Victor Osimhen to try and get a deal over the line. Chelsea, we know, have been working on a deal. However, the wages are a massive stumbling block, let alone the transfer fee. And just to give you an idea, Sky in Italy were also reporting that Chelsea's initial proposal towards Victor Osimhen fell way short of the kind of wages that Osimhen would want. And as it stands, Osimhen doesn't want to take a cut.
And Chelsea want to cut everyone's wages, it would seem.
Of course they do.
But huge deal,
look,
long deal.
I know Chelsea have come in for a lot of criticism about the way they do their business, but it seems that what they're trying to do is, yes, they've got these long-term contracts for some of these players, but they're buying them young, and they may not be paying as much as some of their Premier League rivals, but what they are trying to do is almost incentive-based. Yeah. You come in, we'll give you a long-term contract. The wages might not be as high as you want them to be, but if you play well, we will renegotiate. Look what has happened with Cole Palmer. He will have come in on a long-term contract and maybe would have been able to get better money elsewhere, but he decided to go to Chelsea. They have since renegotiated his contract. Everyone was saying, why have they extended it to another 9 years or whatever it was? Well, the fact of the matter is that he performed so well. He performed so well for England over the Euros that was a reward for Cole Palmer. So there you go.
But they've also got bonuses as well. They deal with it in incentives as well, don't they, Chelsea? So it's not just the short salary,
and so
70 grand a week.
Those talks are continuing
salary.
to see if they can convince Victor Osimhen, actually, we can't pay what you're on at the moment, but maybe we can come to some sort of arrangement whereby we can incentivise your contract. That's a side of what they would have to do with Napoli as well, because Al Ahly have got 70 million euros on the table. Now, in an ideal world, Napoli will want in excess of £100 million, because when they renegotiated Osimhen's contract, they put a release clause in of well over 100 million, thinking, yes, there will be a European club that will come in and pay that money. But what are we? We're hours away from this window closing, and no club is going to come anywhere near his wages, number one, and the kind of transfer fee that Napoli would want. So Napoli are in a bit of a position here, but they know that they might have to do business because they want him out of the club now. Romelu Lukaku's come in, but Osimhen is still there, training away from the first-team squad on over £200,000 a week. That is not an ideal scenario for Napoli to be in. So Chelsea's ideal scenario would be, let's do a loan. They might move now to maybe loan with an obligation, Napoli, do you want to do business? Because it's not only what Napoli will agree with Chelsea, it's going to be the will of the player as well. And if Victor Osimhen decides, I don't want to go to Saudi, which is what Napoli's ideal destination for him would be at this moment in time, then they might need to negotiate and go on to a lower transfer fee and lower wages. But
we could do an hour long on Victor Osimhen alone, but we haven't got time. Right.